stop overthinking and just do it?
That's what I'm saying,
Were you there when I fucking high-fived the blind lady?
No.
Fuck. If I would have filmed that would have gone viral 100%. When I do comedy, I need to tell people in the first 15 seconds that I am a Maori and I'm fair-skinned and I don't look like you, but I am a Maori. That's the whole Rubik's Cube of this whole thing. Sometimes I have to roll it back because it's funny in my head. Like, it's easy for us to sit back and go, there's only white audiences in there. And it's true, but there's a reason why. Like, there was a lot of complaints about brown comedians not getting enough opportunity, and I had to just go stuff it. I'm just going to clean up my garage and we're just going to do it here. And to see where it is now, he's one of the hottest bookers in New Zealand. That is what comedy is all about. You have an idea, you write it down, you formulate it, and then you go out and give it a go. Okay, I'm going to break some news for you.
You're not an online celebrity. Engage, follow, and support other creators. Chris Brown's not going to see your fire emojis.
I feel like the first 3 or 4 months of doing something is always the most challenging because that's when you get the doubt demons. We did our first episode, we woke up in the morning and there was 10,000 views there. I wouldn't be anywhere close to this position I'm in if it wasn't for my bro Will. There's this whole argument online who the originator of the pie reviews are. I don't really give a fuck. So I did a huge piece of shit that had David Seymour's face on it. Mistakes have kind of made me who I am. I was just so obsessed with trying to win, but I didn't actually learn from the losses. You are going to die. Put that in perspective. Just do whatever you can to be the best you can and just push. Man, I cried, man. I was like, damn, I never thought I would be here. When I'm interviewing people, I'm like, how the fuck am I shaking hands with Dana White? A kid from a little place called Clendon, but I've been able to just stay true to who I am, and I've been very fortunate, but at the same time, I've been prepared.
Welcome to the Melding Muse podcast. Melding art and design, entrepreneurship, music, fashion, film, sports, gaming, and whatever's in between. We exist to showcase extraordinary people to inspire the next generation of creatives and leaders. My guest today is Timprovise, actor, MC, stand-up comedian, toy designer, and content creator. We talked about stand-up comedy, the creative process of his first hour, comedy in New Zealand, being real, giving compliments, chasing dreams, and a lot more. If you love the beautiful art of stand-up comedy, this episode is for you. Timprovise, welcome to the Melding Muse podcast. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Man, I'm so stoked to have you here.
Dude, I'm stoked to be here. I reached out to you. I was like, damn, bro, look at this. Because I appreciate good work. When I see good work, I'm just like, bro, I gotta make sure I tell the bro. I saw what you're doing and I was like, dude, like just the quality of everything is unseen. So I'm very appreciative of the invite, brother.
Oh, bro, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much because, again, I'm a big fan. And just like that moment that you shared last night when somebody you admire tells you that they love your shit, you're like, what? Oh. So, it's amazing. And I'm actually very glad that you started with that because I want to start with something.
Yeah.
I want to start with this. Let's quickly play something for everybody.
Okay.
Morena, brother. Hey, I just want to say, I'm all about giving fucking flowers, you know what I mean, brother? And I just want to say one thing. Your fucking reels are so good, G. Your fucking reels are amazing. Yeah. Fuck. Every time I look at it, I go, man, this is engaging. This is eye-catching. It's very good. What you do is very good, man. Anyway, have a good Friday, my brother.
Fuck.
And I hope everything happens for you that you want it to happen. All right. Talk soon, G.
Okay.
So here's what I want to say, bro. Here's what I want to say. For everybody to get the full context of this, we never met in person.
No.
No one single time. You find this thing and you send me this message.
Yeah.
And dude, talk about lead by example. There is this thing where in New Zealand, I've seen this whole thing about bringing people down when they're doing something, bringing like the whole tall poppy syndrome thing. Mm. And you are the perfect example of the opposite of that. You are the guy that's out there and is just propping people up, bumping them up, and increasing everybody's average, just giving them the strength and that. Sure. A message like that, dude, like made my morning. And a message like that could change whether somebody stops doing something because they feel demotivated and suddenly they get that message that pumps them up. So first I want to say that you literally the change that you want to see in the world. And you're not just saying it, you're actually doing it. Because people say it, but they don't actually go and give that bro a like or give that bro a comment. You are doing this. Yeah. And that's why I wanted to share this DM that you sent me, because it could motivate people to start giving people more flowers, man. If you like something, just give the people a thumbs up, give them a comment. It means the world to a lot of creators out there. There's a lot of people that the bros starting a business, a t-shirt business or whatever that is that they're doing, and they don't share them that they don't show them that love, but they go and comment on other big brands posts or whatever. That like or that comment means the world to that person at that moment in time.
100%, bro. Like, yeah, it's really strange to me because I don't know why it's not a thing. Like that was like 50 seconds of my day.
Yes, yeah.
That had like, I know we're sitting here 2 weeks after I said that, whatever, and we're having a conversation about it. And I think, man, I think the biggest thing, brother, is that I think to do that without any expectation, I don't like, you know, I'm just like, bro, like I just need to, when I see something, and I think more people need to be like this, when they see something that's great or see something that's above average, like just say something.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing this for like a good 7 years of being online and doing my stuff, right? And the amount of people that have done that to me, I could count on my hands. Nobody's done that to me. But instead of being salty about it, like what you just said, I just wanted to be the change.
Yeah.
I was like, well, if I'm not doing it, I shouldn't expect people to do it to me. And then, you know, like, there's a saying that like the vibe brings the tribe.
Yes.
You know,
100, dude. 100.
And if my vibe is positive, I want positive people to come back to me. 100. And I see it in my comments quite a lot, is that like I don't really get I get a couple of hateful ones here and there, but most of the time it's positivity because I'm not out here trying to make drama. I'm not out here to go, hey, what about this and that? I'm just here just to be positive because it's not enough of that shit. It's not even close to enough.
Yeah.
And and it's easy to get on and bag on someone. Like I could have easily got on and say, oh, the lighting's off or this and this. Hey, there. But no, like it's everything you've done is meticulous and I appreciate that. And that's why I thought thanks for sharing. I didn't know if you wanted to share that or not, but thank you, bro.
No, I wanted to share it because I think it's an important message to send, bro, because I've only been doing this for a year. But I know there's people out there that are grinding it for years and years and years, and a message like that just could encourage them to keep going and don't give up on this. Because again, like you said, man, you are the change that you want to see in the world. And I, like you said, I 100% agree with that. In fact, I think we should, you know the whole referendum with the flag?
Yes.
That was the biggest waste of money, apart from the fact of that bloody Kiwi flag shooting races. That's the best thing that happened out of
that. Should have been fucking hands down. That should be the flag.
So I wanna encourage everybody to. I'm gonna design it. So I'm gonna design that flag with your face on it, shooting lasers out of your eyes, and that's gonna be the propping people up. This is gonna be the flag that people are gonna use when it was like, I'm gonna give flowers to this person, and this is you, man, right there. I mean, like, you are the image of positivity in my view.
But I mean, when I think about it, right, like you acknowledging that today has made me happy. So it's a return. Like I made you happy for that. Like, oh, cool, man, fucking thing. You just did the fucking Rey Mysterio reversal on me and 619 me in the face with that. Now, because I feel good about it, and then that's it. Then we've played tennis with complimenting. You've given me a compliment, and it's cool because now I've propped you up. You've propped me up to keep being a positive person.
No, 100.
And that's the thing. It's like that's another thing too. Is sometimes I think in New Zealand more than ever, sometimes like people they always think there's an ultimatum. They always think like, oh, that guy wants something out of me. Dude, I just want to make you have a smile in the morning and then I'm good. Like, you know, and I think a lot of people we need to get away from that. We need to get away from, oh, why is this guy being nice to me? Why is that person being nice to me? What does he want from me? But I don't want shit. Like to be honest, and no disrespect to you, like that interaction there's no transaction there.
Yeah. No, I totally got it. I got it right away. The difference is that I was a big fan, so I was like, bro, if you're giving me this compliment, do you want to be on the show? Like, you know what I mean? But I know that you didn't do it because you wanted something in return. It was a simple, bro, I just saw, because he was right after I published a reel or something. And so it felt so genuine. I knew it. Because I know the work that you do. So I knew the sentiment behind it. And that's why the first point I had here is giving flowers. And that's why I wanted to start the podcast with, because I think it's such an important thing to tackle. And I see it in New Zealand more than, because I'm from Colombia, I'm from Latin America. And our culture is a little bit different in that regard. But in New Zealand, man, it's like it's not like the whole tall poppy syndrome is quite huge, and I didn't realize it until I started doing these things more publicly.
You know,
and all of that
it's
kind of
really
stuff.
interesting hearing that from somebody from out of town, like out of the country, because when you're born here, it's just all you know.
It's all you know. That's
So to
right.
get somebody like I've heard it a couple of times here and there, but to have somebody that lives here, that's from another country, to go, bro, it's pretty bad. It's quite interesting.
It's very, very interesting from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Because New Zealand got great music, great athletes, all of this kind of stuff. And it just requires you to, like, if everybody embraced them and put them in the pedestal and just use them as inspiration, as fuel to get there, instead of just, fuck that guy. That attitude, I never understood it. And I talked to Cecil Jagger about it in our podcast with music, because with music, to me, is such a close thing for me. If I see the bro doing a rap thing, I want to support it. I want to elevate him. I want it because I know how fucking hard that is. Same as if you're a fighter, if you're doing anything artistic, you require that feel because it's a hard journey to get there. And if your loved ones are not giving you that love, it's just going to be a little bit harder. Now, in saying that, you should not expect it.
Yes.
That's one thing that you should learn as a musician, as an artist. If you part from the fact that you expect that your loved ones are going to love it, it's just get rid of that as soon as possible. But from the other side, you should give the bro the love, you know?
How much does it cost to share somebody's?
Exactly.
How much does it cost to send that?
And it means the world. It means the world to people.
Man, and people don't. And then I'll say that. Like, I'll get on and I'll say, like, hey, man, it really means the world if if anybody's keen to share it or anything. And then you get like the whole, what a desperate guy. Like, what a desperate guy. It's like, nah, man, I'm really proud of my work. Like, I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud of the work that I put in. I'd be a fucking idiot if I wasn't eager enough to share it and be really like passionate about, bro, like, could you share this? Like, could you help me out?
Yeah.
Like, and not like, not on a one-to-one basis, just in general, like on the stories, and being like, hey man, I work really hard on this. Like, if you could share it, it would mean the world to me. Like that, the perspective from the outside looking in is, this guy's what a desperate guy. But at the end of the day, man, like I that's how I should be. I should be proud of my work.
100,
I should be. Like, I put not even hours, I put years of work into what I've done.
Yes, yeah.
Like, I look at the stuff that I do on Crowd Goes Wild, when I was on Crowd Goes Wild, and it's like, everyone thought like, this guy just came on and he was just a natural. Bro, I've been doing this for like years, just not in front of a camera, you know? So yeah, we can get to that later, but yes.
Yeah. No, 100%, dude. So cool, man. I wanted to start with that. Again, positive vibes. Now I want to talk to you about the Kapahaka Dropout, which is your first full comment. How long is it? Is that a full hour?
Yeah.
So your first hour stand-up, which I'm a absolute fanatic of stand-up. I love it. I love it. So whenever I can get in front of somebody who's working on that craft, it's amazing, because I know the creative process behind something like that is just so difficult. It's like it's this grind of going out there and trying jokes and bombing and reshuffling things and making a cohesive narrative, and all of this is such a complex art. So I want to talk to you about that, because I saw a part of when you were working out these at Poppies.
Yes,
I saw that.
Yeah, that's right. You did. That's right.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the creative process. How did that start? And maybe give us a little bit of context before that. Like, how did you decided to get into stand-up in the first place, and then developing this whole act? Okay,
so I have always kind of been, what's the word? I've always had a goal. Like, I've always been like, I make one major, huge, brain-blowing goal, and I keep that. And I'm like, cool, this is my goal. This is what I'm doing. And that goal has always been like the Northstar for me. That's where I'm going towards.
Yeah.
That stuff for me has always been around like doing a late night talk show. Like, I've always kind of been like, I want to be like the David Letterman type. But it's like, and yes, it's a huge goal. And like, I've said this to people, and they've gone like that, like, and I'm like, nah, in America, not here. I want to go to America and do it. And I know it's crazy. But if it wasn't crazy, it wouldn't push me towards
100, dude. Yes.
It's fucking nuts how many times I've said that, and I get the eyebrows like, hey, like, what? It's like, no, man, I'm going to go to America. I'm going to be David Letterman.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to be Jimmy Kimmel. And yes, it's crazy, but
That's the point.
that's the fucking point, brother.
That's the
Because if
point.
it's not crazy, then even if I try and even if I'm getting in my waka and going towards this Northstar, wherever that may be, then I'll push forward. Now, if I think about it and I cut it down, and so I got that goal. Here's my Northstar, and I want to cut it down. What do I have to be good at? I have to be good at, firstly, I have to be good at interviewing somebody.
Yeah.
Right. So then I did a podcast and it did really well. And I interviewed the who's who of New Zealand, and it was great. I was doing it all over Zoom during lockdown. I had guests from Joseph Parker to John Campbell to Shefu, and I didn't know these people. I just reached out and I showed them what I was doing, a lot like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Then that's one hoy, that's one paddle.
Yeah.
Then the next pedal is I need to be good at speaking in front of the camera. And then that's when the bakery run came around. And that's when I pitched to Will, who's I will get to later, and he said, let's do it. And then that got me better at talking in front of camera. And one of the other things that they all do is they do monologues and they speak and they have to write and they have to do that. And that's the stand-up side of things.
Oh, that makes total sense now.
So I kind of was like, okay, I got all these elements. I just have to kind of get better at that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if the opportunity is going to come ever. I don't know. But if the opportunity somehow arises, at least I'll be ready.
You're going to be ready. Yes.
And that's the thing. Or at least I'm preparing.
There's this saying that when the muse comes, you better catch you working.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been doing for the last 6-7 years, is just building towards this North Star. Whether we're going towards where it is, it's irrelevant. But it's the fact that I'm going towards something.
Working towards that.
And then all these other little skills that I'm getting, they're just kind of adding to the toolbox. And, I'm getting stronger at doing X, Y, Z in case that opportunity comes. And stand-up is like the last one that I have to do.
Yeah.
And because I knew it was the scariest one.
Yeah, it is definitely.
It's scary, man.
Bro, doing that is just
talking in a Zoom and talking one-to-one here,
Yeah.
it's fine. Like, it's hard. It's a skill. It's a dance. And that's cool. And I got that sorted. And then, okay, what's the next one? Okay, talking in front of camera, that was hard. But I look at myself in episode 1 of the Bakery Run to to our next one that we're doing, and I'm 3,000% better.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let's get on this this stand-up buzz. But I gave it a go, and I thought, I'm ready to give it a go. And in 2022, I gave it a bit of a go. And I was like, this is not too bad. This is fine. And then I just stopped because I was getting too busy, which is on me. And and then Poppies came along, and it's just really, really developed. Yeah, and now it's like, cool, I got a full hour. Now it's time to really go. Yeah.
Oh, amazing, dude. Wow. I love the part about the North Star, because I had that question way down the line here in terms of the end goal, but you have it so clear in your mind that the first thing I ask you about the beginning is like, here's my North Star, and this is how I'm getting there. Bro, I love that.
I visualize. I know exactly what my desk is going to look like when that happens. I know exactly like who the guest I want to get on, who's going to be my first guest.
Yeah.
I know everything. Like, in my head, I'm like, that's what I'm doing, and like, legit, man. And I know that you're going to be a father soon, and that's fucking amazing, brother. And when you have kids, you'll understand. Well, you probably understand this now, but like, I want to go. If I want to show my kids that I just gave it a go.
Yes,
that's it.
You had a crack at it.
I just cracked at it, and even though I didn't get there, or if I did get there or not, I don't know. It's early days, but even if I didn't get there, like, at least I gave everything that I had to improve these tools in case it happened.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like,
that's it, dude. That lead by example again. And I said this like 7 times in this podcast, but the only failure is not to try.
100%. And also try with everything you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if you're just trying just
half-ass it, yeah.
Like, I'm looking at this right now, and that's why I think that's why I mentioned I sent that message to you, bro, because I saw that you are not just giving it a go, putting your iPhone up and talking to you. Like, this is a full-on production, bro. Like, you put work into your shit. There's After Effects that goes into that. There's like, I know the steps to get to where you got to, and that's why I was so like, I needed to say that, because I saw it and I was like, damn, bro, this is dope, but But I think like not enough people do that. But yeah, that is the end goal, and I know, man.
Yeah, no, 100. I had entrepreneurs here, musicians. I had Akawui yesterday here, and the message they sent as well for that is like, you gotta go all in, because if you half-ass it, when you have such an ambitious goal, you're just not gonna get anywhere.
And the thing that pisses me off more is that when people half-ass stuff, but they expect the best to happen.
The greatness, yeah.
They expect the luck to happen. Luck doesn't happen, man. Like luck is just hard work meeting opportunity.
Opportunity, yeah.
Yeah. So like when the opportunity comes, if you're not ready, then that's on you. That's your fault. That's not my fault. That's not opportunity's fault. If I don't know, let's say like if you're a fight, let's say Navajo Sterling, he prepared.
Yeah.
And then the opportunity came. He took that opportunity
ready.
and he fucking smashed it. Like, and it's the same with same with Israel Adesanya. Like Israel was in China fighting 4 fights a night or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then he got an opportunity and he absolutely smashed it.
Yeah, that's one dude that in terms of vision, what an example of just absolute grind and vision that he has, and the drive. Again, one thing as well is that a lot of times people don't go all in because they're not willing to make sacrifices.
100.
And that's one thing that you just have to be prepared to do.
Yes.
You know, especially when you're reaching great heights, like the goal that Israel had. Again, going back to the whole thing. So you go on there and tell the regular Kiwi guy, I'm going to be a UFC Hall of Famer and one of the greatest middleweights of all time.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, so
that's why you shoot for the stars. It's why you're saying, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to give it a fucking good crack at it. And if you do that, then you'll be happy. And then again, you lead by example in terms of your kids and all of that.
Man, and then my kids will go, man, at least he gave it a blat. Like, you know? And it's documented.
Yes.
Like my kids.
Your grind is documented there.
Yeah,
you can see everything.
my great grandchildren could possibly see this shit. You know
That's
what I'm
actually
saying?
quite cool, isn't it? Like we don't have it. We don't have that reference.
I couldn't say that to my great grandparents, you know. But my great grandparent, our grandchild, might see this and go, man, that was my grandfather. That was my grandfather's grandfather's whatever. And that to me is dope.
That is dope.
Because at the end of the day, whenever it's all said and done, and you know, and you go into the ground, and whatever happens, like your legacy is the main thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're leaving a legacy for people to remember you by, then you're good. Like then and you've made people feel a certain way.
Yeah, you made an impact.
That's all it's about is impact, man.
100, bro. 100.
I couldn't give a fuck about like how many views I get or how many followers I have. I couldn't give two shits about that. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but like when I go, I just want the dopest mixtape ever when it comes to like, you know, when you go to a funeral and they put the video up.
Yeah,
I want that to be the dopest shit ever. Like I want like all of these hitters, like me interviewing Israel, me like John Campbell interview, all of these things that like the Strickland interview, like bang, 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 bang. And they just like, wow, this dude really went all out on that shit. And that's it. Like, fuck it. Because, yeah, you can't take your views with you. You can't take all the money with you.
That's right.
But the one thing that stays is legacy and memories that you make with people.
What do people remember you by?
Yeah.
It's not going to be likes and follows. It's going to be this thing that you created that impacted the culture, impacted something.
And like let's say like tomorrow, like it might happen. I don't know. You never know. The one thing you'll remember me by is that 40-second clip and how it made you feel.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
And I would rather leave with that than leave with like, oh yeah, fucking, oh yeah, bro, he had 1 million followers. Like, it's like, man, nobody cares about that. Like as long as you can make people feel good and make people feel something.
Yeah.
It's not even good. It's just something.
Yeah.
Like inspiring or
whatever.
You know, and all positive feels. And that's the main thing, bro, because end of the day, bro, like fuck, we're not here for an infinite amount of time.
100. It's about legal and legacy. Love that, bro.
Sorry, bro.
Now let's go back to
Kapahaka Dropout.
Yeah,
sure, that's
creative process behind that. Like, tell me a little bit about that because based on what I saw at Poppy's, is a little bit of a catharsis exercise about your upbringing, all the different experiences that you had. At least the bit that I saw was sort of about that, different sort of stories that you lived as a light skinned Maori, as you say it.
Yeah.
So walk us through what was the sort of the process behind? Do you think, okay, I'm gonna start with these stories and then I'm gonna pivot to maybe side quests and then bring it all together? How was that whole process together into bringing this hour?
So like I had an overarching idea to like give people a bit of a look into what it's like to identify as Maori and be brought up as you're Maori, but everybody else sees different, everybody that doesn't know me sees me a little bit different. And I wanted to really dive into that in a way that is both funny, but at the same time, has some substance behind it. Because it's easy for me to get up and I don't want to say it's easy, but it is. I could get up and just start talking and being like, here's a joke, blah, 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 and put all the jokes together, and then away I go. But for me, like I honed in on like 5 real key memories that I had growing up around being white, my skin being white, but like my white or being Maori. And I was like, okay, these 5 moments, let's try and make some what was funny about them first. And I write those down, and I was like, what are the learnings behind it? One of the stories I talk about is the time that I got in a little bit of trouble, and we were running away from the police dogs. And my older cousin was like, because I was smaller, and he used me to get in and unlock doors, right? So that's how it started. And then we got in trouble. We ran away, but then the police dog didn't bite me. He only bit my cousin, but my cousin's brown skin. So that was the first time I realized I have a gift. No. So.
Wow, that's a good story, dude.
But yeah, so that was like a story, but it wasn't funny at the time. But now that I think about it, and the cool thing about comedy is you can kind of you can turn it up to 12. That was at the time, like I know I didn't get bitten because I was smaller, and the police guy said, no, we've got him. You just focus on this one. But in my head, I was like, I'm pretty sure that dog's racist. Like, you know what I mean? That dog's a racist dog. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, but no, that's one of the memories, and I have 5 of them, and it's around getting those 5 memories, plonking them in chronological order, and then in between having little funny bits as well. So that's how I'm kind of framing it. But I'm really excited. Like I'm more excited than anything at multiple things is, can I do it? Because it's very interesting to be able to stand up there for a full hour and chat and keep people engaged. Yeah. And the other one is like, can I pull it all together that it's one coherent thing? And then, obviously, I mean, can you sell the tickets, and can you all those other side things? But no, I'm really interested in just building it up so I can like share what it's like. Like, like that's why it's called the Kapahaka Dropout, because like in intermediate, I was all about Kapahaka, and I loved Kapahaka, and that was my way of connecting with my whānau. And then in high school, I get to high school, and I was like, nah, I'm too cool for this. Or it was like like they all make fun of me because I'm the white one, and then so that's why it's called the Kapahaka Dropout, and a play on words of the College Dropout, which is Kanye West's album.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool. The whole cover, the design was pretty dope. Bro, for people listening from Kazakhstan, what does Kapahaka mean? So
Kapahaka is good point actually. So Kapahaka, if you don't know, is like the Maori equivalent of our song, our waiata, our songs, our dances, our haka. A lot of people know haka, and you do it growing up in Kohanga, and then you go to primary school, and it's kind of like a performance. When you come to New Zealand, you'll see it everywhere. It's very kind of like it's another way. It's probably one of the strongest ways that Maori kind of keep our culture alive. And keep because there's waiata that go way back, and what it talks about, and so like it's connecting with that for my whānau and for me, and then just to drop out and just being like, nah, I'm too cool, or nah, those guys mock me because I'm a little bit more whiter than the others, and so that's where it all comes from.
Oh, I see. That's amazing. Bro, so walk me through because one of the interesting things about any creative process, it could be a design, a toy that you make or whatever, is a bit of a feedback loop of putting something out there, getting some feedback, remolding it, keep going and going back and forth. What was that like for this particular hour in terms of, do you do different spots and then try different bits and then that's how we started molding it? Or
Yeah, so I live in Taranaki, so there's no comedy clubs there, which is a gift and a curse, because it gives me time to sit down and write, and I can't go, oh, I'm so excited about this, I'm going to go and test it out at the comedy club, but it also the feedback loop you don't get.
Yeah.
So, but in terms of that, using technology and getting on Zooms with people that are comics and doing a bit and saying like, hey, what about this? Has been really, really beneficial. Like talking to who else? Like Keegan Govind, who's an amazing comic, and Heather Dawson, and being able to get on and brainstorm stuff.
Ah, okay, I see. So that's how you get the feedback.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's nothing like a real crowd. Like, there's nothing like getting in front of something and having a real crowd. But the more that you do it, you kind of figure out like, oh, this might pop. Like, that was like, I'm always testing things out. Like, I just tested a bit out on you about like, that was a racist dog. Like, I haven't done that on stage yet, but I got a laugh from you. So I'm like, if we get a laugh from the bro, it should be all right. You know, it should give me something.
Right.
And yeah, but that is what comedy is all about. It's like you have an idea, you write it down, you formulate it, you come up with the way, the structure of how it's going to work, and then you go out and give it a go. My bits that I've really put a lot of work into, like we're talking like 40 times I've done that.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, cool. But with this whole thing, like I wrote, like 6 or 6 different 10-minute blocks. And then I'm just coming up to Auckland and trying those 10-minute blocks out and just saying, does that work or no? Oh, I've got to fix that one up. And then I'll go back, listen to the recordings.
Yeah.
And then make changes. Yeah. And get ready.
Bro, let's talk about quickly this, because I talked to comics like Ed. I sat down with Ed and we had a yarn. And we talked about something that's quite interesting that I sort of never thought about. And it was about the fact that as a brown comedian, there are many things that we can talk about that other brown people sort of feel comfortable laughing about.
Yes.
Because he said to me, it's like, the comedy in New Zealand is really white. Like, you go to these crowds, and I've been in events where I just bomb real hard and I get a laugh out of the bouncer at the door. It's like this, and I guess it's because my interpretation is that I was like, okay, well, there's many things that you and I can connect with, right? Racial profiling, for example. If I'm Colombian, I don't get easy through fucking any airport in the world, right?
Yeah.
So I can connect with that, and it makes it really funny. But some people feel really uncomfortable laughing about these issues that we have to deal with, and we express them in art, like stand-up comedy, as a way of catharsis, as a way of kind of get rid of that stigma in a way. How do you deal with that sort of thing when you go into this hour and you don't know who's going to be sitting on the audience, to keep those people engaged, because you don't know who's going to be there? Such a hard task, because you have to connect, like you say, and keep them engaged the whole way, even from your language, the language that you use, the words that you use. Sometimes if you tap too much into your accent or your specific dialect, if you lose them, then that's it, it's gone, and you have to sort of keep them there somewhere. How do you approach that sort of challenge, or do you even see it as a challenge?
It is a challenge, but I mean, like, I only speak for myself. Like, Ed's a great comic, and he has his thing, and so I'm like, speaking on my experience, is that like, I try to think about it like, if I can make this joke universal, then I can sell it anywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
It's almost like coming up with a beverage, right? And making that beverage as best as you can. As
accessible as possible.
So everybody can get it.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Yeah, because like, I have jokes that are very, very Maori centric.
Yeah.
Like I have a very Maori centric kind of like view on the world, because that's what I know.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was probably the same with Ed. That's, his being Mexican, being in New Zealand, that's what he knows, right? So like, if you could, for me, I am trying, like, here's me, I'm the black part of the Venn diagram and the white part of the Venn diagram are the people that don't get it. If I can somehow bring it together and make it gray, somehow, if I can figure a word that could possibly get in there, or if I can, that's the whole Rubik's Cube of this whole thing. Is that you look at it and you go, okay, how can I make this whole side kind of gray? And just using that and trying to identify like what are some keywords or what are some key sayings that they could get. Like, for an example, I have a joke around what we call inorganics. See, if I just came out and I said, man, inorganics is great. You don't know what inorganics is.
No idea.
Then I figured out only people in South Auckland know what inorganics is.
What does that mean?
So the joke is, like, in South Auckland, we get 2 Christmases. We have the December, then we have inorganics. See, if I just left the joke like that, nobody knows. But then, like, when I explained that inorganics was a time in my life where people would just throw stuff out on the lawn in front of your house.
Oh, I see.
And a truck would come past and pick it up and put it in the rubbish. But, like, the context of it, if I have to kind of think like, okay, I have to make this accessible for everybody.
That's right.
Because then I found out it's only South Auckland thing. So if I went to Hamilton and did it, they wouldn't know what the hell I'm talking about.
100.
Or if I went to, so like, it's all about that. And not saying that Ed doesn't do that. He does that a great job. But for me, sometimes I have to roll it back because it's funny in my head.
That's right.
It's hilarious. But then I'm like, and I can do it at Poppy's because it's in South Auckland, but I can't. I have to fast forward it and really explain it and get it through. I mean, when I do comedy, I need to tell people in the first 15 seconds that I am a Maori and I'm fair-skinned and I don't look like you, but I am a Maori. Because then later on, when I'm saying these jokes,
it will make sense. Like, it connects the dots.
Yes.
You need to contextualize it first for them.
and you can't sit there and go, this white guy shouldn't be saying this.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
stuff.
Right. That's right.
Right, but I need to give them context. Like, no, this is my whakapapa. This is who I whakapapa to. This is whatever. This is who I am, and then it's a bit different. But that's not all my jokes. You know what I mean? But I need to make sure that I'm very, very clear on that. Otherwise, things. But in terms of like comedy being really white in New Zealand, I mean, when you look at it, the biggest comedy club is the Classic Comedy Club, and that's in Central Auckland. There's not a lot of Māoris that live in that vicinity, right?
That's true.
So, and a lot of people, it's really hard to park, you park at the Civic, it's $12. Then you get out, then you got to get drinks, it's just $15. And then, you get a ticket, that's $20. And it's really hard for that. Like it's easy for us to sit back and go, there's only white audiences in there. And it's true. What Ed said is true. It is very true. There are. But there's a reason why. It's because, like that.
It's too much friction for other people to kind of...
Yeah. And that's where like Poppy's
was amazing, dude. Like,
Tell me what you thought of Poppy's.
Bro, I thought it was amazing. Like, first of all, I knew about it because when Ed came in the podcast, I told him I love stand-up. And I was telling him that, everywhere I go, like even when I went to the States, I went to the Comedy Store. I like to go to comedy shows and I like to see the comics working at their craft. But I was like, man, the scene here is not that much, right? And you basically laid an example. I've been to the Classic many times. And for example, one thing that for me kind of killed the vibe a little bit, I'm being honest here, is that I went one day, took my wife, whatever, then went back again. And then the same comics did the exact same jokes. So to me, it was like, okay, this is, I want to see something different.
Yes.
Right? Anyway, and then Ed was telling me, bro, there is this new comedy club. And as soon as he said, it's in the hood, it's in Rewa. I've never been to Rewa in my life.
Oh, okay. Welcome. By the way.
And then he said, and he's in somebody's garage. I was like, and he told me about Joe Damon, big fan of Joe Damon. And I was like, fuck yeah, I want to try it out. So I went that same weekend, and what I saw was grassroots comedy, bro. Like, that's what I felt. I was like, man, this is so incredible. And I saw Joe Damon's work there as well, and how he connected with that audience. And for me, the first time seeing him live, I was like, wow, this guy's fucking next level in terms of his writing. But the whole setup is amazing. Yeah. I loved it. I don't know how the money side works, but to make it more profitable for them, I don't know if they can sell drinks. I don't think they can.
No, they can't. But
but that's what I mean. Like, how can we turn this into a full profitable business that becomes the place where comedians can go and work out? Because that's the thing I saw, is that in order to be great comedy, you need a place for comedians to go and work out.
Yes. Yeah.
And for that to happen, you need to have a place where they can go and try these jokes out. And it has to be, if possible, every weekend, and even more, every 3 or 4 days, like in the States.
Yeah.
That's what happens over there, right? On a Wednesday, you're going to catch Joe Rogan in the Comedy Store back in the day, and then try something out. And then this other comic comes. And then they're just trying things out. And that's how they build their hour.
That's how you do it.
Exactly. But here, that sort of doesn't seem to be the case.
It's just hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. I mean, yeah, it's just hard in general to have a lease on a place and build it into something. By the time that you build it to something like, I mean, the classic has been up like 20, 25 years. Like, so I think it might be more, but like it's got a legacy. It's got a lineage.
Yeah.
Whereas Poppies has been open. I got to give it. So like a little bit of context about Poppies. So Heta Dawson, who has created Poppies, that's his house, and so the people that don't know, like that are listening, this guy was a comic. He's a comic. He's still a comic. He's a good comic. And he's just like, there's nowhere, like there was a lot of complaints about like brown comedians not getting enough opportunity and like brown audience not getting able to see what comedy was about. And had to just go stuff it. I'm just gonna clean up my garage and we're just gonna do it here. I lived at that house. I lived at Heta's house. Heta has like he has a little like a flat next to Poppies. And so like when I was, it was a long story, I was like, I need a place to stay because I'm working up here. And he's like, oh bro, you can just come here and just pay rent here and we're good. So I was living there, and while he was building everything, and I was just like, this is crazy, bro. Like this is nuts. And to see where it is now, like I think he's only been going for like 6 months. He's like one of the hottest bookers like in New Zealand.
Yeah,
like,
no.
You don't get in. It's not like an open micer. You don't just get in there. Like you have to show that you've done some work, and Heta will see it and go, okay, you can jump on. And it's not a gatekeeping thing. It's more of a like, I need to protect the culture of this place, because if he's just getting anybody on, then it's just going to be like another bar, So, but no, it's been really good. It's so important. Like it's such an important thing that
it is,
that we didn't know that we needed. But now I'm like, man, I couldn't do it any other way. Like,
no, I think it was a necessary thing to happen. When I saw it, I also messaged Poppies. I was like, man, what you guys are doing is incredible. So that's why I try to share those videos as well, to try to get people to know about them. Again, it's more accessible, I think, for a lot of audiences. Yeah. And there's also diversity. I saw like comedians of all. Yeah. It's just amazing.
He's great like that. He'll he gives everybody an opportunity. It's not just like whoever wants to show up, or he's desperate for people. He's not desperate at all. Like he knows the comedian.
He's the MC, right, with that day. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Hita's amazing. Like
he was really funny as well.
Hita's like a doer. Like he just gets things done, and that's what I like about him the most. Every time I come up to Auckland, like that's where I stay. I stay with him, and we just run jokes. And he's like my borderline. He's my mentor almost, and he tells me, "Hey man, this joke just so can that joke." But he's a good dude, man, and he's just. It comes back to what you said at the start. It's being the change that you want to be, or you want to see. Like you're being the change that you want to see
in the world,
in the world, and just fucking getting out and doing it, man.
100. For people listening out there, if you haven't been to Poppies, give it a crack, bro. When I went, it was sold out, so I think that's pretty sold out,
bro.
Constantly.
How about this, bro? Their next one is in a couple of Fridays. I think it's the Friday the 28th. I think it is, bro. They sold out, and they didn't even put anything out.
Yeah, dude.
They didn't put a poster out.
If I lived like right the vicinity or whatever, I'll go every weekend, man. Because it's just
like, okay, I'm going to break some news for you.
Okay,
I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this.
Let's go.
After I think it's June, July, Poppies is going to be doing this thing. Okay, every Friday night.
Okay,
it's called Brown Fridays.
Oh yeah,
and you go there, you don't know who's on the card.
Okay, nice.
You don't have a clue. And then you just have to show up and just trust.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great. Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, that's how they do it in the States as well. You just buy the ticket for the show. You don't know who's going to be on.
Yeah. And we're hoping to really kind of pop it off where it's like some real good comics and also some like celebrity guests and shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be huge. Yeah, and I'm gonna be running a show out of there probably sometime in July every month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like it's a bit of a different one, but it's gonna be quite cool.
It's gonna be good, man. And I'm glad that Poppies is doing this because again, like my whole initial point was all about you need a place for people to work out, and I think this is an amazing place.
Yeah, and it's just like I can work on jokes that the people that will pay for a ticket for my show would appreciate. Like I know that there's some jokes that I could say at the classic. They'll get it might get a laugh, might bomb. Doesn't matter. I don't know. But like I know for a fact that some of those people that aren't laughing, they won't buy a ticket to my hour, or they won't come and watch me perform for an hour. Those people that come for an hour are the ones that are like invested. Like I like this guy.
Yeah.
Right. So, but those people are all in South Auckland for me. They're all in Mauritua and they're all in South Otara and all that place. So I would rather invest my time in trying out jokes there,
right,
where I'll get like legit feedback. Than getting here now, they don't like that joke because they don't understand the word kaupapa, or they don't understand the word, me saying this, like.
But do you do like, because I'm thinking based on what you said before about making the jokes universal, do you think about, well, I do have to sort of maybe
double down a bit,
like double down a little bit, and then go here and try it out just maybe once. And then here I try it a little bit more and kind of get that dual feedback as well.
Yeah, so I'll go to the classic and I'll change like let's say there's a word that I use called koretake, which means useless in Māori, right? And there's another one called paru, okay? Paru universally, like a lot of people know that what that means. It means dirty or filthy, right? And so like I'll say paru, and if I say paru in South Auckland, it gets a laugh straight away. If I say that paru bitch, like something like that paru girl. If I say that, it'll get a laugh. If I say that in the classic, I have to I say, well, paru means dirty and paru means this and da 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 da.
Right.
And so, it takes up your word economy a little bit because you can't be using too much words.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's bringing a little bit of information because I still want it to be informative.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the important part is that you acknowledge this thing and you understand economy of words. You understand that this is a context, and then you can sort of manage that, and then you can read the audience as well. Yeah. As soon as you jump in there, you understand, boom, this is what's happening. Ed and I talked about this. He said, he has these Mexican jokes, about me being Mexican in New Zealand. Okay, here they kind of get it. There's not that many Mexicans. He tried the same jokes in the States, bombed. Because the context is very different over there. That they heard those jokes many, many times. There's hundreds of thousands of Mexicans over there. Yeah. So over there, bombed. So okay, well, I have to change that. Now I'm gonna. He said in the podcast, I'm gonna try my fat jokes. Try these fat jokes over there. Boom, killed it. Yeah. So I think understanding that context,
feedback loop, right?
Yeah.
So what is it? What makes you guys tick? And the good thing about comedy is you can try multiple angles in a set. Like you have 8 to 10 minutes or maybe more where you can go, okay, that didn't work. What about this one? What about this one? Oh, you guys like that one? And then I don't have a library of things like that, but I know comics that do. As soon as they figure out the what makes you tick, then they've got
double down on that.
They've just got jokes for that. Like Ed's probably got about 6 or 7 fat jokes that he can pull out.
Yeah. No, he improvises a lot as well.
And then there's that too.
Yeah.
And then there's crowd work, and then there's other things. So yeah.
Let's talk about the product, which is the Kapahaka Dropout. Now let's talk about how do you want to package that show in terms of what that product sort of is.
I think I'd still need to, like, when I'm looking at it, like I just dropped the news on Friday and just watching, like, just getting the initial like vibe of how people are feeling about it, and are people excited, and you see, that's where you can use your analytics for your socials and seeing, okay, what's popping. Like I put 2 posts up. I put a post where I'm sitting and I'm talking to the camera, and then I just had the normal poster one, and then I had a look at both of them and going, okay, people like me sitting in front of this, or they like this, and then you can kind of go off that. But I mean, I'm still learning. This is my first time, and like I'm really lucky I have people that I can reach out to. Like Joe Damon's been a great person that I reach out to, and how do you do this? And other comics. I'm really lucky. Like I think a lot of comics kind of look at me and they go, man, he's different, and like I really would like to see him do well, and so they'll help out. They've been really good like that with me. Like,
Nice. Yeah, it's good. It's always good to have killer comics like that to give you feedback. And from my perspective, I'm not a comic, but I am a marketing person and a designer. What I've seen in this sort of scene is that a lot of the, of course, this, but taping especially this first show and just publishing very specific bits. And I know, like today in the comics world, in the stand-up world, the improv with the crowds is getting a lot of love. So I think, for example, this new show that you're doing, by the way, I can't make it, unfortunately, because I'm in Colombia that day, but I looked at tickets right away. Like, fuck, I want to go to your show. So for everybody listening to this, get your tickets because it's going to be amazing, I'm sure.
Thank you, bro.
I tried, but I'm in the whole month of May, I'm in Colombia, but next
don't
one.
even worry.
But what I want to see is this. What I want to see is like clips of that particular hour.
My thing with that, there's a little bit of imposter syndrome. I can't lie. There's a little bit of like, oh man, am I good enough? Should I put it out there? Which I know is shit. Like, I know is bullshit. I shouldn't be thinking that. But the other thing, the other side of that for me is like, I need to be prepared, like crowd work wise. Like, I am not where I know that I can be. Like, I know, like when I do Crowd Goes Wild shit, that's the best crowd work I've ever done in my life. Like, I have clips that have gone bazonkas online.
Yeah, bro. But that's the reason why I'm telling you this, because I know that a lot of comics, like Matt Drive is an example of it. He blew up because of his crowd work. Yeah.
So,
and you have some fucking amazing crowd work stuff.
Yeah.
So like,
I think I'm just fucking lazy, to be honest. Like, sometimes I'm like, fuck, or it's the filming of it. Like, bro, I'm like this. Like, I see what you do, and I'm like, yo, that's a great camera. The lighting's great. I need to. And Joe tells me this all the time. He's like, stop overthinking and just do it.
Yes.
And so that's where it is. But I mean, like, yeah, I'm getting to that point where it's like, okay, cool, I'm ready now, and then away I go. Because I think that's the next level.
Yes, bro. I think you'll be great at it. And you had a content. Piece of post that you made on Instagram. I'm gonna drop it back to you.
Oh, you're gonna fucking hit me back. You're gonna reverse that.
I'm gonna reverse that on
619 booyaka booyaka.
The biggest thing is to actually realize that you're not a dumb fuck.
Yeah, I'm not a dumb fuck.
And just actually do it. Yeah. And I think what Joe told you is exactly right. This show, as much as work as you see here, and you see it's great production, I had to get over the fact that it's not how I wanted it. You know, I want it to be better. Yeah. But I'm like, if I keep fucking thinking that I want it to be better, I will never start. So I was like, fuck it, just put up whatever it is, and I will just continually improve it, because otherwise I'm gonna be stuck in not putting anything out there. I've put
one stand-up video up where it's me on the stage, and it was my David Seymour joke about him being a paruwhao, right? And it had like 200,000 views on it, and I'm like, I just keep on doing that. But then I'm like, then there's this whole thing of protecting the jokes. So when you sell a ticket, then they're like, oh, I haven't seen this before. But in saying that, if people support you, they'd come and watch that same joke.
Yeah,
they love you.
100, and
they want more.
Here's the thing: that's when the crowd work stuff pays off big time, because when it's crowd work, you're not gonna see the same thing.
Yes, so
right?
That's why I'm.
That what makes it unique, right? You put one or two interactions you had with people. Yeah. That shit goes out, and you go, oh shit, I want to be on that show because of this.
Okay, so like, there's many times where I do stuff, and then I'm like, fuck, I wish I would have filmed that. Like, and that's the thing is because, like, because I don't live because I live in Taranaki, bringing my gear and bringing everything up, and it's a silly excuse. I could just put my phone up and just go for it. But I'm getting there. Because, man, the last like maybe 4 shows that I've done, bro, the crowd, I've just been like, let's just work on crowd work. And there's some shit that could have been like.
That's what I'm saying,
Were you there when I fucking high-fived the blind lady?
No.
Fuck. If I would have filmed that would have gone viral 100%.
Oh, bro.
So, okay, so there's a lady sitting in the front and she's right in front of me, and I didn't know she was blind. And I went to, and she started laughing really loud. And I went to go high-five her, and her friend says, she can't, she's blind.
Oh.
And then I was like, shit, I didn't see that coming. And then I was like, neither did she. And then later on, I did a joke. And then I was just doing my normal joke, ha ha ha. And then she started laughing really loud. And I was like, and you know what happened? You know what happened next? And then she said something. She kind of heckled me a little bit.
Yeah.
And I go, man, that lady can see the future, but she can't even see me right now. This is absolutely amazing. Like if I would have fucking put that on fucking thing,
That's what I'm
we
saying.
got a main suite, but I didn't have a fucking camera.
That's what I'm saying,
But
Tim.
I got a phone.
That's
Sorry,
what I'm
man. I
saying.
get you, man. Fuck.
You
Leave
just
me
have-
alone, man. Fuck. no, sorry.
No, bro, but what I'm saying is that, man, you just have to do it. Because I bet you that you're going to have
think
these clips that you're talking about, that they show that I went, for example.
What happened on the show?
That show that I went, you were talking, I think you were talking about hyping the brother up. And then the other guy was sort of saying,
That's a South African dude?
yes, that's the one. See, that's the show.
Okay, tell me. I can't remember. What.
Yeah, but it was sort of like that. And you had a quick interaction with him. And that was funny. Because first of all, he hits a point, like the guy in the crowd made a point that you made earlier. And if you were to double down on that, if you actually went hard on that, I reckon that would have made an amazing clip. And again, people get when it's something happening in the audience, it's a different
There's a vibe to
feeling.
it.
It's a different vibe to it. I know comics, bro, because again, I'm a big stand-up fan. So I have stand-up in English and stand-up in Spanish. Both worlds are just going there. Like literally, there's stand-up comedians, and now, for example, let me give you an example. There's this lady in Colombia. She's very popular right now. So what she does is she gets people to text her on Instagram shit, and she would give them advice on that. And it's always like the dirtiest shit. People will comment like, I'm here in this comedy show with my boyfriend and my lover. What should I do? And shit like that, right? And then she just reacts to it, you know, stuff like that. And then there's other people like Matt Rife. He puts a sort of like a question out and just gets people to tell him shit or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's so many formats on that, and I reckon you'll be amazing at it.
Yeah.
I reckon
We'll
you'll
get
be
there, bro.
amazing.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll talk,
so
man.
just get over the fact that you're not a dumb fuck and actually do it.
You know, like I put on Instagram, I don't know if you see, like I put these little notes. I write the notes. Have you seen those?
I've seen that. Yeah.
Bro, a lot of people think it's fucking crazy, bro. I'll write there. They think I'm talking about somebody else.
Oh, no way.
They go, oh, you're talking about da-da-da-da. I was like, bro, I'm telling myself that.
Yeah.
Like if you look on my Instagram, you scroll down, there's like, like if you can have a look, because my phone's in the fucking thing. But like, let me recite one for you. And then it's actually me telling me to do that shit. Like, let me just get it one up. And here's one I put. Stop being eat-ass, oi. Just do what you said you were going to do last year. Stop being the build-ups. Like, people are like, who's that about? I'm like, bro, I'm telling my fucking self that. Like, there's so many people want fucking drama. Like, what's another one that I put out? There's some really good ones that I'm like, oh, this is the one. This is the one. That I, like, a lot of people thought I was aiming it at certain people, right? You're not an online celebrity. Engage, follow, and support other creators. Chris Brown's not going to see your fire emojis. Shut the fuck up. Be real. And that's like, I'm telling me that because it wasn't Chris Brown. It was LeBron James. I did like fire emojis on LeBron James's post. And I'm like, fuck, why the fuck am I doing this? He's not going to see this. And he's not going to be like, damn, bro, that guy Tim that's got 20,000 followers, he fucking gave me 3 fucking fire posts. They don't give a shit about that. And that's what buzzed me out the most is that like, I do that for me. But people always are looking for something. Like they're like, oh, bro, what's that? They thought I was talking about Joe Damon. Like I was like, why would I fucking? That's my guy. Like I'm not talking about anybody but myself. Like yeah. And so anyway,
But I love that, bro. I love that because they see that when you do that, right?
Yeah.
Then I can call you out on it.
Yeah, and then you just fucking did. You can.
And I did, yeah. But that's what is so good, man. And I love doing that, you know. So when you
Please keep doing that
because that's what makes you, you know, accountable.
Yes.
Like I'm fucking saying this, I have to fucking go and do it. And when other people, but it's all for the good. It's all for, man. I would love to see you have your own show in the States. That's why I'm telling you, bro. You just fucking imposter syndrome. Fucking do it.
So you know, like we talked about the Northstar, right?
Yeah.
So you can now that we've had this conversation, you can see now why I left this for last. Because I'm like, all of the things before that, just being in front of camera, interviewing people, being relatable, being able to connect with people.
Yeah.
I worked on for the last 5 years. This is the last key. Like if I can really get this going, and stand up is legit just it's a factory for content if you're
100.
good at it.
Yes,
and
yeah.
and you're and that's the next phase, right? So now it's like exactly what you said. I know what you're saying, and I know that that's coming, but I know it's going to be the thing that could potentially open an opportunity, not in the States or anything, but hopefully, maybe, but it will open an opportunity that maybe I could get a look in somewhere, where it be. And hopefully that's getting me close to the Northstar.
Yes, I think it would. And I'd love to see that, man. I want to talk to you about brand for a second, because I always, whenever I see a musician, someone who's very talented like yourself, that have an amazing product, I always think about the fact that you could have an amazing product, but if your brand is not there, if your marketing is not there, it's not going to get you anywhere. You have an amazing brand as far as I am consuming it, but I want your thoughts on it.
I actually want your thoughts on it.
Well, let me.
What do you see?
Well, that's the exercise that I want to run.
Okay.
Here's the exercise I want to run with you.
Okay.
If Timprovise was a product in the shelf,
Yeah.
what would be written in the packaging? And I want to hear what you think.
Yeah.
And then I will tell you what I think. Because here's the core concept of brand. Brand is not what you think you are. Brand is the gut feelings of people consuming and perceiving it. That's what your brand actually is. People think, oh, my brand is being creative and having the best design, the best pop. No. That's what I think my brand is. But the truth of that brand is what all the people that are seeing my stuff, what the association and the feelings they get.
Yes.
That's what the brand actually is.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're a product on the shelf, what would be written on the packaging? What would that be?
The packaging would be like rough, authentic humor, unapologetically like South Auckland.
Yeah.
And that would be the main thing. And the unapologetically one is the most like important thing there, because I'm just me. Like I'm not trying, like I teeter the line. I'm very, very close. I mean, we're getting off the packaging here, but I teeter the line between the professional and the hood. Like I'm right in the middle. But yeah, I would say unapologetically South Auckland, raw, authentic humor. That would be my tagline, I suppose.
Okay, that would be the packaging.
Yeah, and on the packaging it would be like, you're going to get laughs and real raw. I think raw is the name, the real thing.
Yeah,
like,
raw. Yeah.
I'm not too not like, writing down stuff. I don't know. What would
now I'm gonna tell you what I would, if I saw Timprovise in a shelf, the feelings I would get from what I've seen. Actually, a lot closer to what you said. Authenticity, positivity, laughter, community. I think that's one big one that you didn't mention, but I think community is part of your brand.
Yeah. Why would you say that? Like, that's an interesting one. I haven't thought of that one, but yeah.
The reason why I say community is because, like you said, there is because of all this work that you have done and the positive impact that you've brought with your comedy, not just as a consumable product, but also as an identity product, as an avenue for people to connect in with the whakapapa, with themselves, with their culture. And that has built community.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you, bro. That means a lot, man. Like just that word, just the community thing. Because I don't know.
One thing that I've noticed a lot is that there are certain, because of course I put this podcast out there. Nobody knows what the fuck I am. And that's, it's not really that I don't do this to show what I do. I really do it because I want to showcase amazing people. And that's why I try to put the spotlight on them.
Yes.
But one thing I noticed is that so many of a lot of these creatives that I've worked with and I put videos out there, dude, some of them, their community is insane. Like you put a video out there and the amount of love and support they get is crazy. So again, that's what I see from your end as well, is that you have built a good community of people. You have built a good image inside of your community that you get that support. So if I see that in the packaging, you know how they say like raw, organic, in the food, this is what I see. I see community, I see authenticity, and I see ambition.
Thank you,
positivity is, I think, one of the key components of your brand.
Yeah.
And I think you also have that capacity to connect with everybody.
Yes.
That thing is so universal. That's the other part I will put in there.
Oh, thank you, man.
Because
thank you, bro. Shit.
Yeah, because that's one thing that a lot of comics, for example, let me give you an example of a universal comic, Russell Peters. Is that one guy that is Indian, right? Indian Canadian, but he brings all the races together. I don't know if you've ever been to one of his shows, but bro, his shows are Asians, Indians, South Americans, all the cultures go to see him.
I think, like, now that you've brought that up, like, I do a lot of jokes around Maori, but it's not like, and I noticed this too, like, I'm not putting down anyone. Like, I'm just showcasing a theory that I have.
Yeah.
There's a theory that I thought about, that this is the thing, right? And then that's what your whole joke is. It's here's my theory on this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain it to you in the best way that I know how, in the limited amount of time that I have, and to let you know this is how I think about this. Whereas opposed to a knock joke or some kind of joke that you're like, get in, get out type buzz.
Yeah.
But bro, I'll thank you, man. That really, like, the Russell Peters thing is he is very universal. And I hope that I can one day get there.
Yeah. No, I think you can, because one of the important things for Russell to be able to do what he does, in my view, is the fact that he contextualizes his roots first.
Yes.
So that then he can joke about the other things.
Yes.
And in New Zealand, there's such an opportunity for that because it's a super multicultural country. And you being Maori, it just opens the door for you to interpret, like you say, interpret the world how you see it, and how you just met a Colombian now, and we might, share some moments in the future, and then you can learn about my culture, and you go, fuck this Colombian guy, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you learn from that, and what stereotypes you have, and you just become this sort of universal comedian that I think you have the capability of doing.
I also think, like, for me, like, I come from a very sitting on the fence type buzz, right? Because I've lived both lives. I've lived I don't want to say live, but I have code switched. I have been when I've got my family is my Pākehā family, and then I have my Maori family, and I've been able to kind of ghost between both of them.
Yeah.
And this is what that's what my hour really is about. It's like, this is what I saw over here. This is what I saw over here.
Yeah.
And then I'm really lucky that I have those.
Yes,
like, a lot of people, like, they could say I'm Samoan and Tongan, but you're like, okay, cool. But with me, by the way that I speak, by the way that I hold myself, that I'm Maori, but you can see by my skin that I'm Pākehā. And like, I've had to kind of like manage this dichotomy of feelings, like, I'm really proud to be Maori, and I'm kind of not proud of my Pākehā side, but I'm still Pākehā. I still have Pākehā blood in me, but at the same time, like, I've got great family members that are in my Pākehā family, but at the same time, like, I'm a Maori, like, and it's that tug of war, and that's what I think has been a really good tool for me.
Yes, it is,
and I could see both ways, and and with like, and you could see it with me, like, but I mean, that's getting a little bit deeper than I could think about, but you're right, bro. And with Russell Peters, he's the man when it comes to that stuff.
Bro, he's amazing.
He's so good.
He's so fucking
so
good.
many good comics that are out at the moment. It's nuts.
He's insane. It's a good definitely avenue for comedy. And I consume so much because I consume it in both languages. I'm like, fuck. When I go to Colombia, I already have booked out every weekend I'm gonna hit a comedy club. Because I see these comics on YouTube, I can't go and see them live. So when I go to a place, like when I went to LA, I was like, fuck yeah, comedy store, book tickets. I am that type of dude. I like to go and if he's a musician, same thing. If I go there, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna take this opportunity to consume as much art as possible.
Yeah. That's great, bro.
Yeah, you do a lot of stuff. The Bakery Run is such a good show as well.
Oh, thank you, bro.
You're gonna now do it in Japan.
We're going to Japan, yeah.
Fuck yeah! Have you been to Japan?
I have been. I've been twice, but the first time was just a stopover.
Okay,
and it was like 12 hours, and then I man, here's a crazy story. I went 2020, right? So I took my kids and my mum to go.
Okay,
we got on a plane. We went over. We enjoyed it. We heard all these things going on in the world. We're like, oh well, we're here at Disneyland. Blah blah blah. We get on the plane. We get off the plane. We're locked down.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, what's happened? We don't know what happened. And they're like, you need to go home. It's like real quick. And I was like, what happened? So
shit.
but anyway, no, I've been. It's exciting, man. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
There was a bit of, I don't want to say hate. There was a bit of people just not understanding what we're trying to do with the Bakery Run, and thinking, oh, you should just keep it local. But at the same time, man, like, you know, we need to branch out and we need to keep going towards the Northstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
100,
Yeah,
100.
do something. So, but no, we're heading over for 9 days in Japan and Tokyo.
What cities are you hitting?
We're doing Osaka first for 3 days, and then the other 6 days we're in Tokyo.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be amazing.
And you're a pretty traveled guy, man. You've been around. You've been to Japan.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, I went
Good
to
on you,
Japan
man.
for 3 months, first time.
3 months. That's a long time, man.
I did, bro, and I lived in a little small community in the south of Japan. It was amazing. It's my favorite country in the world. I've been to a lot of places: Europe, Southeast Asia, North America, but Japan is always I'm a big, as you can see.
Yeah, man.
Look at that.
Man, you got
The wave, you got literally the brand. There's a bunch, everything that I do. There's a lot of connections with Japanese philosophy.
What's his name? Morimoto? No. What's his
Murakami.
Murakami.
Yeah, there you go. There's a Murakami flower there.
man, yeah.
So I have a profound love from Japan, to say the least. So I've been to Japan, and I think you're gonna love it. Food is amazing.
Yeah. So that's what we're really going over for.
The Osaka Street, when all the takoyakis, that will make amazing just visual films.
Yeah, I'm really lucky to have like Will, who's
Shout out Will, by the way.
shout out to bro.
Shout out.
I thought about this the other day too, and I haven't actually said that to him. That guy has been in my life at like the turning points at so many things. Like I've known that guy since he was like, man, at least 15 years I've known him.
Wow.
And the thing with Will is he's always been a bit of a, he's been very similar to me. He's always had a goal, what he wanted to do. And I wouldn't be in this position. Like I wouldn't be anywhere close to this position I'm in if it wasn't for my bro Will. So yeah.
Shout out Will. I actually met Will very recently for the first time.
Yeah.
One of those people that, just like yourself, he started following me on Instagram. He saw my stuff and such a nice dude. I met him for the first time. So shout out Will. He's doing amazing work as well.
Yeah. But no, like legit, like this wouldn't be a thing. Like I wouldn't be, I mean, if we think about it, when we started the bakery run, I had zero knowledge of things. He had zero knowledge of, cameras and everything, but about producing a show and putting everything together. And he took a risk on me, man. And he's just like, dude, like, let's just do it. And then I had the idea. I was like, dude, I'm always getting in arguments on Twitter around where the best pies are. Like, let's just go and just do a review series on the pies. And he's like, okay, let's do it. COVID happened. We had to wait for that to settle down. We did our first episode. We put it online. We thought, nothing will come of this. And then, we woke up in the morning and there was 10,000 views there. And I was like, wow, this is nuts. For like me, like I had like 300 followers at the time. Like there was nothing.
Is that right?
I was on Twitch. I was a Twitch streamer. That's where I started.
Yeah, I see.
And I've known Will through gaming, going back to Halo days. Like we go way back.
Were you Halo 1?
He was.
Okay.
I was a Street Fighter guy,
Okay.
but he was that dude, and we just hung. And then I knew that he did video stuff, and I used to go to him for like advice on stuff. Yeah, like I said, man, if that dude didn't take a shot on me, none of this would happen. Kroger's Wild wouldn't have happened. Like nothing would have happened. And he always tells me to shut the hell up when I say this to him. But yeah, I'm very in debt to him. And it's not one of those like, oh, if you do this, I'll do this kind of buzz. It's just bro, like I believe in you and he believes in me. Yeah. And this is where it's taken us. Like
that's amazing.
It's crazy, bro. The amount of people that like, there's this whole argument online on who the originator of the pie reviews are. I don't really give a fuck. Like I don't care. Like they were like, oh, Jimmy Jackson did it first. Oh, Nat Picking did it. It's cool, man. But like, nobody owns that genre. Like we used to get, when people used to do bakery reviews, they used to like tag us like stop copying, And I used to have to go and like correct them. I was like, bro, we don't own this. We don't own like bakery reviews.
Yeah.
Like relax. But our point of difference is Will. Like he's the point of difference. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm a funny dude and yeah, I can interview people and yeah, I know pies, but his production value is second to nothing.
Yeah,
like if we didn't have that would just be a regular schmegular thing. So it really is his baby. It's both of our babies, but he is the driving force behind it. I'm the guy that can get the guests to be funny on camera and to find where the bakeries are and to organize. I'm pretty good at organizing things.
Yeah.
He is just the get up, shoot it, we're going to do this shot, that shot. Here's where you're going to go. We need to do this again, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes and edits it and puts it up. So that's how that partnership works.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, that's a good, it's a good example of surrounding yourself with the right people and find the right
And
partnerships.
zero funding.
Yeah.
Like we don't get funded. Like that's what kind of has pissed me off a little bit is that people go, oh, you should just give us this content for free. And it's like, damn, bro, like we have been for the last 5 years. Like just help us out a little bit. Like just $5, just, you know, and again, it comes down to like what I said earlier around, you know, like if you're proud of something, you should promote it.
Yeah.
You
100.
should promote the shit out of it and not feel stink about it. But in New Zealand, I don't know if it's anywhere else, but in New Zealand, we do have that whole, oh, you think you're better than us? Oh, you're asking us for money? Oh, you guys, you're on TV. No, I'm not. Like, no, I'm not. Like, you know, like, or you should be, you've got a job. Why don't you do it? It's like, no, like, don't watch our shit then. Like, if
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
You know, I'm not saying like, I'm not trying to be high and mighty about it, but
No,
you know,
you're right though. You're right.
when we're asking for, I don't know, $5 or $2 or shout us a pie, like that's what I've been saying. Like, shout us a pie, man. We've been hitting you guys up for ages. Just shout us $3.50, $6.20, like whatever a pie costs. Just hook us up. And yeah, and there's been people that have been absolutely amazing, and we're so thankful. But then there's been, there's been quite a lot of like, oh, why you guys think you're better? Nah. And it's like, man, like you don't understand how much these cameras cost. Like,
Yeah, the people have no idea how much time, effort it takes to put a video out.
knowledge too, bro.
And apart from that, just fucking years, like you said, years on the making just to be able to stand up in front of the camera. And then on top of that, add production, all the amount of time it takes.
Crazy.
But again, bro, my view on that is just fucking doesn't really matter. Those are not your audience. The people that truly understand
That's
the
a
value.
good point. Yeah.
People that truly understand the value, they're gonna support it.
Yeah.
They're gonna understand the work.
And those are the people that we service. Those
That's
are the
right.
people.
That's the people that you. Yeah, exactly. That's the
Those-
people that you
not
make content for.
Not the ones that pay, but the ones that are positive,
that appreciate
and
it.
that love
Yeah,
it,
that
and
love
just
it.
and like it, and say, man, cool, can't wait for Japan. Because I'm not like, you know, are you guys broke or anything? I'm just like, cool, man. If you can, you can. If you have the means, more than happy to you know, if you have the means and you want to help us, bro, it would be so good.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're gonna do it, man. So I was just like, we're gonna do this anyway. Like, I'm just gonna sell something. I'm just gonna sell. So I sold a couple of things. I'm like, cool. Here's our tickets. We'll get our money. Hopefully, we'll get our money back with crowdfunding or sponsorship or whatever. But we just need to do it. Like, we need to stop fucking around and saying it. And that's what we did. And then I just said, sweet. Tickets are done. Here's the dates, Will. And he's like, okay. Here, I said, give me a month. I'll give me a week that you're free this in May or in March. He gave it to me. I was like, cool. Here it is. It's done. And you know,
Nice.
like I went into debt a bit, but I was like, nah, like I believe in this product enough that I know that people will either come and crowdfund us or we can go and get sponsorship. And we're halfway there. So that's the main thing.
Dude, and then again, that's another example of actually going and doing it. See, so you're doing it, bro.
Handy. You gotta do it.
You just gotta
Yeah,
do it.
you gotta do it, man. Yeah, bro.
Tremendous. So I was saying we got to the bakery run, and the reason why we started the bakery run is because I wanted to ask you about you've done so much stuff, bro. And I wanted to ask you about this. What is so far your most challenging project that you have done? Like you talked about the stand-up side and how that's but in terms of a project that you say, fuck, this project was very challenging, and here's why, and here's what I learned from it.
I think they're all equally challenging. I feel as if everything's, and I'm not trying to cop out, I'll give you an answer, but I feel like the first like 3 or 4 months of doing something is always the most challenging.
Yeah.
Like, because that's when you get the doubt demons, like nobody.
Oh, there you go. That's the one. Okay.
Oh, should I be doing this? I think right now the stand-up thing, the toys thing has been quite interesting for me because I've never had a product that I've have to make and sell.
Yeah.
Like, so for those that don't know, I've got this thing called T-Toys, and I make action figures, custom action figures of New Zealand prominent people, and I try to sell them, right? So like, I've got a Jake the Muss one coming out. I've got a Winston Peters one. I've got like John Campbell sold out. I've got the guy that tried to step out Israel Adesanya.
Bro, that's my favorite. I'm going to buy that.
Man,
Please
you should have told me. I would have bought you one. I got one left. I'll keep it for you.
Oh, keep it for me. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I'll pay you for after
But you know what I mean? Like, I have all of these like funny little things that I'm doing, but it's reverse engineering because before, most of the time, like let's say the comedy thing, right?
Right.
I have built up that I do funny things, and now, hey, look, I'm doing the show. You can come and watch. Whereas this thing is the flip side. It's, hey, look, I've got a product. And then I have to make funny things for that product so it could possibly sell.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then on top of that, it's learning everything, like learning how to resin print, learning how to paint and prime and sand and all that stuff. So that's been pretty difficult. But I'm still, soldiering on, just doing it little bits at a time because I know that there's potential there for some great things to happen. But I think that one, Bakery Run was so like there was teething problems with Bakery Run just around just around how it comes out, and we learned a lot from the first couple of seasons. And do we get guests on? Do we do solos? Do we go overseas? Like these types of things that we're always ironing out. Yeah, but I do feel as if the toy thing has been quite a learning. It's been an eye opener. And you have to stick to your guns.
Yeah,
it's been the hardest thing.
And I think the toy stuff is also pretty cool because it's like a branch out, like a fully branch out stuff. Like it's still comic related,
yes,
but it's a different thing. And I think that I always have this belief that you have to have the capacity to absorb different worlds.
Yes.
In order for you to broaden your creativity in whatever the craft that you have. So, for example, for me,
great.
I am a designer. I do product design. I design interfaces like this one that you're seeing here. Why am I talking to musicians and people in the building industry? And because I learn from each one of those things that I can apply in even just particular moments of my life about optimizing my body or whatever the fuck it is. But there's so many things you can gather from that.
Yes.
And I think in this side hustle that you do with the tea toys, I think when I saw that, I was like, man, this is an avenue for different things to come into your brain and bring it into your comedy.
Exactly, because you imagine if I just started, I don't know, selling deodorant, or selling eggs, or selling, like Easter bunnies or something like that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't match. It wouldn't match the brand of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Whereas this is quite similar, and there's a crossover.
Yeah.
Like, here's a perfect example. We could have done pies. We actually went out and looked.
That's a very good point.
We could have done pie.
You could have gone and done pies.
I could have gone a bakery. I could have gone to a baker and gone, listen, I want to open a bakery called the Bakery Run place, and I need you to help me do that. And it would have been, it's a business, but we could have gone that way. But it's a lot of work. Like, I just haven't. Man, there's times I will be in bed and I'll just think of an idea for a toy, and I'll just get my iPad and just start molding it, then it's done. In like I've molded it, I've done the face, I've done everything. Then I put it to the printer. Then it fails 3 times before you do it. Anyone that's done resin printing, you know how fucking difficult it can be. And then you go, cool, I'm going to make 20 of these. Then you make 20 of them, then you got to prime them,
you gotta
then you got to paint them, you got to sand any imperfections of it. Then you got to, then the packaging. Because the packaging, that's where I get it, is the packaging. Like if people look at it and they go, fuck, that's pretty cool. That packaging is great.
Yeah.
And and then it kind of, like there's a whole thing that goes with it. But it's me. Like I don't have to rely on anybody else.
Yeah.
I just have to get it done. And
that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Do you have a website for it?
Yeah, T-Toys. I just have them normally at the moment on timprovise.com. But it's ttoys.co.nz is on the way. I'm a subliminal guy, right?
Yeah.
I always am looking for subliminal little things. It's Tim, T, toys. I'm making toys, blah, blah, blah. What people don't understand is the word T-toy in Maori means to wank, means to masturbate.
Is that right?
It is.
Oh, I see. So it's called T-toys.
So the Maoris think it's absolutely, so my people think it's absolutely fucking hilarious. But I can go on like thing and say, oh yeah, man, T-toys coming out. And then, so that's.
Oh, I see. I do love this though. The packaging of this.
Thank you, man. I've got a really talented friend. His name is Thunder Punch.
Yeah,
and he does everything I do. He does for me. Yeah,
amazing. This I really like. My only comment on the whole thing is that I think the logo, because again, think about what I think about when I think about these toys is the Beer Garage project.
Yes,
they did an amazing the design. Amazing, because they are the only beer out there which you have no idea what the fuck it is, because every can is different. You just recognize it by the little logo.
Yeah.
Right? Not like the other beers that they sort of trying to keep a pattern. So then they went the other way. Every beer has its own identity. Every beer is all about that flavor and expressing that in a piece of art. With this, it's kind of like that, right?
Yes.
Every toy is different, tells a different story.
Yeah.
So I think you just need to find something that's a little bit more that stands out a lot.
Gotcha, man.
In terms of the logo.
Yeah.
Because other than that, I think
I have like the actual.
I'm
like,
gonna buy this one actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy a
The
Israel
one?
one.
I'm
Fuck
back.
yeah.
I'm back up in a couple of weeks, bro. I'll bring it to you.
All right, I'll buy it.
Don't buy it now, man.
I'm buying it now, bro, because
Sheesh.
I'm gonna hold myself accountable.
Now you're gonna hear bling bling. It's gonna be my. It's gonna be my my.
Oh
my
fuck!
Shopify.
I can't do it in this iPad, but I will buy it.
I get you, bro. I trust you.
I'll buy it. Because I do think it's amazing what you've done with this.
But it's my outlet. Like, so
Nice.
I'll have
I love
something
it.
in my head that I'm like, you know what, I want to do this. Like I'm already like 5 or 6 toys ahead. Like I already have them
Nice.
ready to go,
Nice.
and all I got to do is just print them off, and away I go.
Bro, didn't you have one that was like? I'm pretty sure I saw it.
I had a John Campbell one.
Do you do one that was like the pickle Rick with the Seymour face on it? Wasn't?
I was a dick. No, it was yeah. So I did a huge piece of shit that had David Seymour's face on it.
Oh, because I don't know where I saw.
Everyone thought it was a dildo. And then I was like, oh, but it's like, it was the biggest print that I've ever done. It was like huge. And
Because I thought that was hilarious.
okay, maybe I should put that up. I've actually done a few David Seymour ones because I was really proud of modeling his face. I was like, damn, this looks like him. It was the first face I was like, damn, bro, I think I may have this modeling thing down. Like, I think I've got it. And so I printed it off and I showed people and I put it on a piece of shit. And then, people were like, oh, damn.
Piece of shit.
But I'm looking. So that's the other thing is the product. How I'm rolling things out, because I'm looking at just auctioning things for now, because at least you'll get a buyer, right? If I make 20 of them and I don't, it's a bit different. But I'm looking at just going the auction route for a little while until I build the brand up, and then I'll start doing big runs. I've got a big run of Jake the Musk coming out, which is
nice.
So that would be
bro, I would love to see that side business as well grow.
Because that's the other thing, right? Is like when you're like, this is what I'm learning too around that, is that I need to show 2 things. Like, I think these are the most 2 important things that you have when it comes to social media. If you want to sell something, you need to show that you're a human first and foremost. So you need to humanize the process and the product. Like, this is me making this. You can't just be like, I sent this, I can't drop ship. Like, when you drop shipping, I think people are too smart now. They know, oh, you just got that from AliExpress. You just got that from wherever, right? You have to show that you're making something and that you're putting effort into it. That's the first thing, you humanize it. Then the second part is that you need to show that you're an expert in your field, or you're striving to be an expert in that field. And those 2 things, if you can marry those 2 things up, it could potentially, move on to things. So like with the 3D printing, I want to show people that, like, this is how hard this is. This is how much sanding needs to go in. This is why, painting, this is painting with an airbrush and painting with a spray can. These are these things. And then that all translates to YouTube more than anything. Right. And then you kind of foresight that and get that going to, other things on socials. But if you can show that you're an expert in your field, then people, because you're giving value.
Yes, I think another thing on the toy side, and I've noticed this because again, I also have an art store, which is that those pieces of art that you see are actually from the art store that I have. And one thing I did notice, and also applies to these toys as well, is unique.
Yes.
The uniqueness of toys. People that collect toys, oftentimes they love their toys because they're unique, because they know that you sat down and painted this thing, and it's only like 20 of them in the world.
Well, I think my next thing is to do custom. So like if you go to me and you're like, bro, I want to get an action figure for my wife, that's her.
100. I do that with clothing, bro. Like I love these kids that are just doing custom pieces of clothes.
Yes.
And I just I want to buy these things from you, and it just makes it so much more. First of all, you're buying from the dude that painted this thing himself.
Yes.
And that's it. You have a direct connection with that person, like you
Get
said.
invested.
Yeah.
And you have that human eyes, like he's actually put effort into that. I'm doing a piece at the moment. I put something out on my Instagram, and I said I want to, because I went to my kids' school prize giving, right?
Okay.
And I don't know if you saw this piece, and like it was always the same kids getting the same awards. It's always the one kid that's good at sports, he's really smart, he's getting this award, that award, and that award.
Yep.
Then I thought to myself, like, there's kids out there that, I can't give them awards at school, but I could make a toy of them.
Yeah.
And so I put it out, and I got this absolutely amazing father that told me about their daughter. The mum was going through, I think it was she had a brain tumor, and the daughter, who was 18, was in university, but instead stopped university to be mum and help. And I was like, man, let's do this. Let's get it. So I would rather do that, man. Because
that's awesome.
Like to reward people that I just have done. So I want to make them a superhero.
Yeah.
I want to make them Iron Man.
That's such a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Like it will take me maybe a week to get it done.
Yeah.
But for them, they'll have it on their wall. They'll be able to like
Are
celebrate.
you documenting this though?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, because you have to. This is a good piece of content right there.
So I'm
that's
like,
awesome, bro.
Yeah. So that type of thing is, and it's not like, it's never just for the content, but it's just kind of like, cool, man. Like I would rather, spend my my expertise to help out and to show people that this is what we could do. And then hopefully later, people are like, yo, could you do one of my uncle, or could you do one of my grandfather that was in the war and make him a soldier, something like that,
nice.
and package it all up. So yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's
Because I know you
awesome.
would love one. Bro,
yeah.
But
Fuck
you
yeah.
with some of these shoes and like, damn.
No, 100. And those are the types of like, when you're giving somebody a gift, like that will put a tremendous smile on somebody's face, right? Like that would be an amazing present.
Imagine like Father's Day. Like it's hard to buy for fathers. Like
100.
So you could be like, nah, man, I got you.
I love it. I
custom
love
thing.
this. I love it. Brother, we've done almost 2 hours. I don't know.
Wow, that was 2 hours?
We're hitting an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay, sorry, bro.
Far out. Which is amazing, because that's how you're enjoying this conversation. It's cordial. I do these things with my guests, which is called the soundboard.
Just do it.
So basically what you got right here in front of you is a bunch of little buttons.
All right.
And all you have to do is just really tap on them, and then there's questions behind them.
All right, man. Let's get it. Okay. This is cool. Okay, let's do that, Ninja.
If you could swap lives with any fictional character for a week, who would it be and why?
Okay. This is tough.
That's a tough one.
This is a tough one.
I would
There's so
say
many.
fictional characters, just as a child, fucking Iron Man, bro. Fuck.
Yo.
For me, the Iron Man character is such an iconic
Okay.
superhero.
Yeah.
I would love to be in a suit, just a suit for a bit.
My one would be Michelangelo.
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
He's always been my favorite.
I think I got...
Yeah.
Oh, I
you
got some-
got Raphael, man,
Yeah,
up
got
there.
that. Yeah,
the
I got a
orange.
couple of them.
So Michelangelo, I've got two like people that I've kind of been like, thing. Michelangelo was one of them, because he was always like looking for the fun and the positivity and everything.
Okay.
He was always like the fun dude. He was always a fun Ninja Turtle. The other one's Deadpool, but now Deadpool's quite like mainstream. I read Deadpool comics.
Bro, Deadpool is so good.
I
That's
read-
such a good one, actually.
Bro, I read Deadpool comics when I was like there's a lot of my comedy that comes from that stuff, like
Yeah.
the third war, the fourth wall breaks, things like that. But when I was in high school, before anybody knew about him, like I was reading Deadpool comics,
Right.
and and then now he's on mainstream and stuff. But I love Deadpool. But yeah, I've got to say, Michelangelo would be one of them. That's me.
Damn.
This is cool, bro. I like this.
Yeah. Go for it.
All right, let's
hit
go.
another one.
If you could erase one decision from your past, would you? And what would it be?
You know what, bro? And this is going to come off cheesy. Like, there's a lot of things that, like mistakes have kind of made me who I am. Like, I've made mistakes and it's made me better. So I probably wouldn't. Yeah, no. I probably like spending so much money on shoes when I was growing up, or not getting on the property market like early. Like, I took, I made a decision to like really knuckle down and save so I could get a house. And I wish I would have done that earlier. Yeah, but I didn't. I bought shoes. I bought a lot of fucking Jordans and things. Another one?
Yeah. Go
This
for
is
it.
fun, man.
What's a piece of advice you would give to your younger self that would have saved you years of stress?
Man, fuck, another great. These are all great questions, brother. What I would do, I would tell my younger self, like, just get used to criticism, and get used to losing. Get okay with losing. That would be my thing. Like, I'm still a pretty sore loser, but I was very like fixated on doing everything I can to win. But I think like, yeah, getting used to losing. Like, losing is not everybody can win, but using it for your own good. Like,
you certainly fulfill as an opportunity.
Yes, and also like learning from losing. Like, I didn't do that. When I was younger, I got so obsessed with winning, especially basketball wise. And I was just so obsessed with trying to win. And what do I got to do to win? But I didn't actually learn from the losses.
Yeah.
I was just too focused on what did I have to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're not going to win. Like, it's just how it is. But you just have to get used to it and get back on the horse. And
there you go.
One more?
Yeah, one more.
One more.
What's a habit or mindset shift that completely changed your life?
Man, that's a great one. There was this Gary Vee quote that changed me so much, is that you're going to die. Like, that's it. Like, that's all he said. You are going to die. And to try and put that in perspective, just be aware of your own morality, that one day you're going to die. So just do whatever you can to be the best you can, and just push and do what really go towards the North Star. That was my main thing. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck, I love that. Let's do one more.
Let's do one more.
Let's
Man,
do one
I
more.
could do 7 more. These are fucking great.
If you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be?
Bro, New York City, easy.
Really? I haven't been to New York,
Right.
I've all creatives that you talk to, they're like, New York is this just what is so magical about New York?
The Knicks, man. I'm a New York Knicks fan. I've been not just that, but like, I'm a Knicks fan.
Okay.
I've been a Knicks fan since like 94, 95.
Right.
And like, I've never been to a game. I've been to Madison Square Garden, and I cried, man. I was like, damn, I never thought I would be here. I was like, and that's so weird. Like, I went to a place.
Bro, it's not weird. I went to the Santiago Bernabeu last year, and I felt the same way. I'm like, man, when I was a kid, I used to dream with one day. Man. Well, for me, it was like playing in the stadium, but I couldn't make it. But at the very least, being in that stadium meant the world to me when I was a kid.
Yeah, man. When I went to the Garden, and like, because I've been watching the Knicks since I was a kid, and going to the Garden, and I'm a big wrestling fan too. There's a lot of things that happen at Madison Square Garden as a wrestling fan, and to go there and just be like, damn, this is where it happened. Yeah, my eyes welled up. And from a kid from South Auckland that would never think, like, I would never actually thought that I would get here, to be like, man. And I do that all the time. Like, I'm like when I'm interviewing people, I'm like, how the fuck am I interviewing?
In front of these people, yeah.
How the fuck am I shaking hands with Dana White? Like, how buzzy is that?
Do you shake hands with Dana White?
Yeah, man.
Far out.
I had a chat with him. I had a conversation with him.
No way. That's dope.
And the security guard were like, man, get away. It was crazy. Because I was part of the media, and I was there, and I looked to the side, and he was getting in his van, and I just put everything down. I just ran over to him, and I shook his hand. I was like, brother, I just want to tell you, you're the fucking man, bro. And he's like, thank you, bro. And he goes, where are you from? And I said, I'm from New Zealand. And he's like, man, I've never been there. I need to go. Where do I need to go? And we had this conversation. I see this big ass shadow behind me, and I keep talking to him. I turn around, and it's this big ass security guard. And then he was like, no, he's cool. And then we had a little chat. And then I was like, fuck, I want to get a photo. Then I realized my phone was getting used for tethering for the thing. I was like, you know what, bro? Fuck it. Like, hey, bro, I've made that photo here with my mind. Yeah. We're good. But like that shit. Like a kid from Clendon, like a kid from a little place called Clendon. It's kind of like, I stayed true to who I was, and I didn't change. I didn't have to change who I was. I've been this person since I was born, and I've been a funny, out of it dude that says some crazy shit sometimes, but I've been able to just stay true to who I am and get to this point in my life. And I've been very fortunate, but at the same time, I've been prepared. So that's the main
Yes, sir. You're not lucky. You just you're working your ass off, and opportunities that come, and that's how you got it somewhere. Let's do our last one.
I was going to say one more, bro. Okay, let's go. Ooh, pizza.
If you had to choose one food to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Okay, man, pizza. Here we go.
If you don't say pie, people are going to fucking hate on you.
I'm not saying pie for that reason. I've eaten enough pies to be like, there's better food out there. You know what, man? I'm going to shout out. There's one food, okay? And there's people that know me that are going to be like, I bet he's going to fucking say this.
Yeah, okay.
It's the Timprovise SPECIAL, okay? At Satay Noodle House in Papakura, okay? He doesn't call it the Timprovise SPECIAL, but I know people go in and say, hey, can I get the Timprovise SPECIAL?
Oh, shit,
Right?
is that right?
It isn't even that special. It's wonton soup. It's wonton noodle soup with extra with a dim sum in it. And my man Bun at Satay Noodle House, he always hooks me. It's just the best. It's the broth. It's the wontons in it. It's just, bruh, I can eat that over and over again. And I have. Every time I come back to Auckland, that's the first spot I go to. Satay Noodle House in Papakura.
There you go. Shout out the Timprovise SPECIAL. Hey, man, thanks so much for coming through. I just appreciate you being here. I think this conversation is going to inspire a lot of people to go out there and do great things. I think what you said about thinking that a kid from South Auckland, by being authentic and by being true to himself, has gotten to the places where you have been, is just an example of courage to be ready when the muse catches you, to catch you working, to be prepared for that moment, to be ambitious, to not be scared of being ambitious. Like at the beginning of the conversation, we started with that. And you said, I know it's crazy. I want to be this. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that's not crazy at all.
I felt that with you.
Yeah, it's not crazy at all.
I felt when I said that, I felt people go, man, shut the hell up. And not verbally, through the body language, I felt with you were like, yeah, bro, I get that.
Yeah.
I understand what you're doing.
Yeah, no, 100. And there's people out there that are doing amazing things. You are one of them. So all I want to say is continue. This is your house. Anytime you want to come back. For all of you who listen to this conversation, thank you very much. Get inspired by people like Timprovise. We talked about the shows. Comedy Festival, May.
Yeah, I'll get my dates up for you.
Yeah.
I'll get my
bring up
dates
your
so
dates.
everybody knows. It is May the 6th to the 10th. 6th to the 11th in Auckland.
Yeah.
And then 13th to the 17th in Wellington at Bat Theatre. So yeah, if you guys, Wellington, I'm a little like, if there's people that listen to this or that are in Wellington, please come through because I know that you fellas want a good laugh. Yeah, but
yes.
Auckland, we're doing pretty good there.
Yeah, we sold out. I'm 100% sure.
I hope so.
Yes. All the best for that, bro. Again, we'll talk after the podcast. I'll tell you a couple of things, but you have full support whenever you need when you come up here. Anything that we didn't talk about, just get people excited about.
I think Bakery Run coming out. We've got a bit of a secret new show happening.
Okay.
That I can't really speak too much on, but it will be coming out this year. It's like the Bakery Run, but a little bit different.
Okay.
We haven't really. We'll be shooting it in Japan. And then man, just more hijinks, more tea toys, more fun. Yeah, and then just getting more comedy. Yeah, just getting. I'm planning on after this. I'm hoping that after Kapahaka Dropout is done, then we can go and travel it around to places like that. That would like it, like Porirua and Flaxmere and places that don't get comedy, but we can hire out a hall and just make people laugh. Yeah, for cheap.
For everybody who's listening to this, thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one. Remember to drink water and exercise. Ciao, ciao. Thank you, my G.
Welcome to the next level.
Thank you for watching this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, I'll leave you another episode here. And if you'd like to support us, visit themeldingmuse.com. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.